it more in TI than Magical was, which surprised me. But that's because they were playing it in the safe lane, and these guys are very committed to their lanes, NaVi. They will always try and get crystallized in the safe lane, and Magical, that's how they do it. So, they also have a Zayat's Treant going on for them as well, which is pretty exciting. I do love seeing a Zayat's Treant. So, a lot to be excited about this game, I would say. Meanwhile, on the side of positive guys, not to count them out or anything, you know, I think they're still a fantastic team to watch as well. Also, very, very nearly beating out NaVi in the finals of the Reshuffle Madness. That series went 3-2. Now, they're going to be playing with the Magnus Juggernaut, which they played with earlier, and they absolutely crushed with it. ILTW Jug is terrifying. ILTW Jug on steroids, well, kind of speaks for itself. They also got Nurse Shaker and a Lich to offer them a bit more team fight. So a lot going on for this squad, and I really feel like NaVi cannot underestimate them. But they've got the Gyrocopter themselves. Now, Gyro versus Jug is an interesting relationship. Because, of course, Juggernaut can get rid of a lot of the Gyro's initial magic damage with that spin. And he's also pretty good at closing gaps, which is what Gyrocopter generally doesn't like. He doesn't like people being too up and close with him, at least not if he's got lots of control in his team. Which he does, so I think you can't really look at this matchup in a vacuum. In a vacuum, obviously, the Juggernaut's going to win. When the entire team is considered, it gets a little bit more complicated, especially with the Magnus as well. It all gets complicated with him. Now, last time Positive Guys played with his Magnus, I had the comments that the Magnus wasn't going to be doing so much. I felt like he was going to underperform. That didn't happen. The Magnus, well, he still got some decent RPs off. But he also just kind of went straight in for the auras, which was obviously, you know, good. It backs up your team and everything, but you don't see a whole lot of gameplay from Magnus's. I mean, you know, especially they just seem to be empower machines in terms of actually using their shockwave and their RPs. It can be very difficult to get their spells off. So Magnus definitely feels a little bit weak, but then of course, when you're buffing up your carry so massively, that is generally a trade that most people kind of expect to take. So we'll see how much the Magnus can get away with this game. I feel like it's going to be punished more against NaVi than it was against that they played against before. Wyvern is going to be picked up from NaVi next. I believe it was Gambit actually, Positive Guys played earlier. Not even a play against. Makes sense to me. Makes a lot of sense to me actually. Juggernaut, you know, if you're going to buff up your Juggernaut, the last thing you want is his turning on your own team.
5 seconds remaining.
That's what the Wyvern's going to aim to do, so final pick now for the Positive Guys. Going to be, I mean, I feel like they can go one of two things, you know, they can either go for like a big fat hero like a DK who's just going to sit on the front lines, or you can let your Juggernaut do that and just, again, you know, go for something, maybe like a Lina, high range, high damage. Queen of Pain was banned out against them, they definitely need a bit more magic damage on their stack. Well, they could look for another late game to kind of combo up with the Juggernaut, but that feels a little bit lazy. You know, I definitely want to see. I don't know. I want to see some damage. Someone who can get kills. Someone who can make space whilst the Juggernaut just gets those initial early items. Drums, Maelstrom, BKB, Jug. I mean, doesn't even need a BKB this game actually. Fine without one. Answer probably.
Choose your hero.
Well, they're going to go for the exact same hero as last time. They go for the Invoker. Now, this was pretty scary before. I mean, they were just buffing up ILTW beyond belief, giving him that alacrity along with the empower, and then just blasting people down. It was scary. It was terrifying. This time around, I'm going to try and do the same thing, but against NaVi, it's a much tougher matchup. And don't forget, we have an Alchemist. Looks like they're still deciding where to play these two heroes as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Alchemist mid or...
5 seconds
okay, yeah, it's going to be
remaining.
Alchemist mid. Crystallized in the safe lane Gyrocopter. And that's fair enough. You know, Alchemist generally has a pretty free time versus Invoker. doesn't offer too much in terms of laning presence. The Invoker, I mean. So Alchemist can generally get himself a few creeps, get himself those all important levels, and be safe in doing so. Probably not going to be forced out of lane. Lanes I am interested in are pretty much all the other lanes, to be honest. We got a Night Stalker tree in off lane from NaVi. That's going to be trying to put pressure on a Juggernaut and a Lich, which doesn't really seem likely. I mean, this Jug lane is always pretty strong, and a Night Stalker with a bad start can feel extremely underwhelming. Meanwhile, in the safe lane for NaVi, we all have the Gyrocopter and the Wyvern against the Magnus. Again, I mean, I feel like this is going to be a real tough off lane for positive. We'll see what happens coming in on the also on the mid lane as well. So we get into game number 1 between NaVi and positive.
Just what I needed.
And we're going to start the game with a pause. TeamSpeak lag.
Falling into place.
Who uses TeamSpeak? Goodness gracious. You're not upgraded to Discord yet? Wait, BTS aren't sponsored by Discord. I mean... Nah. Just use Skype. Just use Skype. Now, that way you get to pause loads every game, because you're constantly going to be having issues, so you get loads of time to think about the game. Get loads and loads of puppy pauses if you use Skype. But... you're pausing every 2 seconds for Skype issues. No one's gonna call you out on that. No one's gonna be like, you're lying. You're not having Skype issues. Everyone's like, yeah, okay. If they're using Skype, they're gonna be having a lot of issues. Oh, this child invoker laugh is so weird.
Continues.
Any interesting starting builds? I mean, Tree going for the Orb of Venom. Pretty common on Tree, I think, actually. I mean, you know, when you have Nature's Guys, you don't really care about Doubt Shield. It's not necessary. You're not going to be tanking creep. IRTW hiding himself. He knows they're coming for him. Making himself scarce.
Seconds to battle.
You're down at bottom. They're really searching for someone, and they will see Crystallize here. Version makes... yes, they're going for Ghost Stick on Magnus once again, so... the offlane Magnus is going to be not the core position Magnus.
Did I hear a squeak? One of my favorites.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's... the Earthshaker was a little bit underwhelming earlier on, and he failed to get some rotations. Hopefully, Immersion can put on a good showing this time around. He needs to make up for his Spirit game earlier. Again, wasn't impressed with, but we'll see. Magical. Heading towards this middle lane. 2 shared tangos, got the Gauntlet of Strength, Stout Shield, Conning Blades, perfectly normal. Alchemist. Probably get a salve ball out to him now as well. And Evoker. Going for the same thing, more or less. No, he's gone for the Bazzy. Strange, he didn't go Quelling Blade and Stout Shield on the on the Alchemist. What on the Invoker? What a strange turn of events. It's already better than we got 2 more best of 2s to go. We're at the start of the final 2 best of 2s. 5 best of 2s in one day. That's 10 games of Dota casting in a row by myself. Goodness gracious. A lot of Dota, but it's good fun as well. The CIS qualifiers, you're definitely never going to get bored casting this stuff. Landon's Passion. I'm excited to see if NaVi can break this before, because it looked really strong before, obviously, and now CIS is actually in some trouble. Going for the TP out instantly and should be able to get out of this one. They don't have quite that much damage with the level 1 Blade Fury. It's a lot, but not enough. And he just TP's back to the tower and it's back, ready to go. Contribute to the lane. Actually, I'm feeling a little bit lonely right now. As you know, I said that the Juggernaut should have a really good time versus this this matchup, and it does seem to be the case so far. We'll see how this develops throughout the game. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Seneco's getting chased down by Immersion a little bit here. Ghost Stick. with the level 1 shockwave, so sacrificing his ability to CS very efficiently, though he is 4 and 4 all the same, for a little bit of extra nuke damage for the shockwave to help out with the Earthshaker's job of playing around the sides, which is really useful actually. I really like going for shockwave level 1. He's even gone for skewer as well, so they really want to try and find some kills in this bottom lane, it feels like. And there's a tornado coming through onto Magical, but he's going to be okay. I mean, he's sitting here. Ooh, does give away that creep, I think. Grab that. Yep, no uphill miss today. So. Magical still getting in pretty deep in the middle lane, taking a lot of hits from Ergon, but he's trying to pull the creeps over to the tower. Cold snap from Ergon, tries to mess up that CS, but fails to do so. But I mean, this is just the way you play as a Evoker. You just try and mess with the Alchemist as much as you physically can. He's doing a good job so far. Yeah, these two are very familiar with each other after recently playing off against each other in the We Play Reshuffle Madness Grand Finals, going to the full 5 games. And, I mean, that just means, you know, these guys are going to be really kind of familiar with each other on the same page, which always leads to interesting games. Crystallize missing a CS. We'll ignore that. Gets a deny instead. Ghosted continues to get rockets fired his way. Yeah, it's really awkward when you just leave a Magnus on his own. I mean, he's not generally a strong laner, and considering he had a good start to this lane, I feel like if the Earthshaker stayed around, they could have maybe stood a chance to win this game. Especially when Magnus goes to the skewer build. Like, he's, you know, skewer, shockwave, didn't level in power till 3. I feel like he set himself up to fight in this lane. Then when the Earthshaker leaves, it just feels very awkward. But now he goes top with his Invis rune as well, so Earthshaker really doing the rounds right now. Anything done here? Blocking off Pasha. Pasha, he's running the wrong way here. He's trying to get himself away, but he's just going to get run down by RTW. And that will be your first blood. That's just watches. Goddamn trees. Staring. Going on to Ghost Stick here a little bit, but the creeps aren't dying, so the Rocket Barrage really not doing a lot of damage now. Skewer and TP away, and that'll be a safe Ghost Stick. Fine for now. Meanwhile, Magical still being punched up by the Invoker quite a lot, but still 22 and 2, so even under all this pressure, he's still CSing pretty damn well, keeping his head in the middle lane. And going to just using Tornado to get the range creep. Let's see what he does. New bounty rune. Zayats wasn't quick enough to get it off Misha up at top, and it gets 2 for 2 despite everybody actually fighting up with these bounty runes here. A lot of fun. I feel like there's much more of a kind of try-hard vibe in this game. I mean, no offense to the rest of the teams, but the rest of the game, even when Gambit were playing positive guys, despite these guys being very evenly matched, there's Lich taking some hits here. Lich is actually going to go down. It looks like they need a couple more clicks, and Basher will find it. Now trying to get his way through the trees, getting away from the Juggernaut, and he's able to catch that gap there. Just juking in the correct direction. RTW will not able to run him down. He even comes back in, but there's an Earthshaker coming in from behind. He's able to get the kill off, and now, well, Zayats needs to get to the trees, because there's Misha coming in as well for this one, but they will back themselves out. And call it quits. Some engagement there, but they do lose the Night Stalker. Meanwhile, what? Ghost Stick? Good buddy. Playing with Seneko in the river here? Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Something
attack.
happened.
Deny.
I think Magical's kind of accepted that he's not going to have any mana in this lane and is just kind of living off the Soul Ring money. Mana. He'll do. Ooh, if you can mess up the range creep. No, still gets it. Nicely done, Magical there. Isha being stalked. Hello. Ugh. And actually, Pasha's coming in. It is nighttime, so he can probably bring this die down pretty easily here, even with the Frost Shield. That extra damage helping out a lot as they both just hit so damn hard. 100 damage on the tree, 81 damage on the Pasha. The hero, Pasha. Pasha is a hero in my heart. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, there's the ILTW TPing on this one for that extra spin damage coming through onto Crystallize and now skewering him back under tower, which might help him out a little bit to get away from the spin of the Jug. Not too sure about that one, Ghostic. Now he's going for the TP out, doesn't have the shockwave in 1 second. Oh, but the stun comes in from Immersion. Immersion gets it right on the edge of that Aftershock. That guy has been playing a lot of Earthshaker. There's no other way you get off a cancel like that. Meanwhile, Magical is running away from a small child. Like, oh, hell yeah, give me some lane farm. Meanwhile, up at top, the pings are coming out. They want to get revenge on Pasha as he goes in pretty deep here in the top lane, but there's no one really coming in to help this. It's just Ghostic here to take the creeps more than anything. Zayats is waiting nearby, plants himself a tree to get himself over. Very cute. Make himself a little passageway. They pick Misha. He's like, oh god, he's in the trees behind us, run. Ghostic cuts it down. Savage. Yeah, they're figuring it out now. He's picking out north, saying, he just used it to get over there, buddy. Good stuff. And, well, now they pop the nighttime. They're going in deep. They want to try and get Lich, but 2 TPs coming in straight away. But this is already a victory for NaVi. But, however, Crystallize is still committing to this one because one of the TPs got cancelled. So they're able to scoop up the kill on Misha for free. Now they're looking towards the Magnus, but Magnus is running away. Meanwhile, Immersion is still under his Invis rune, so he's absolutely fine. Pasha punching up Ghostic right now. Ghostic, he's gonna pop the shrine. So, Pasha just beefing up his stats. Yeah, he does use the RP here, and the Invoker comes over to help out as well. Let's see what they can do to Pasha here, though. Pasha trying to get out of this one, but the Dark Ascension ends, and now they can get some real damage. The Tornado does whiff. Pasha's still on the run. I'm not sure they're going to catch him here. The Shockwave just about connects. Oh, look who's here, though. Immersion with the Patience in the Invis rune. Grabs a kill onto Nightstalker. There's no way he could have seen that one coming. Kind of feel bad for Pasha about that one, but go down all the same, he will. Nightstalker is dead. Positive guys take a small victory up here.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Wow, Ergon is really doing his best to annoy Magical here, but Magical is going to run himself away and still get the creep. These guys are just fighting tooth and nail for every single creep. And Misha, once again, the aggression coming up at top. Yeah, is he alright here? Immersion doesn't have anything to throw his way, so he's just going to get run down in front of 2 of his teammates. I mean, to be fair, Magnus had a skewer and a shockwave. I feel like he could have done something, but... No, they're waiting for that bounty rune. Waiting on the world to change. If Zayats goes in for it, yeah, he's going to, but he gets stunned up. Immersion was wise to him. Ghostic picks up the bounty rune. They're even looking towards Zayats now. Zayats, he's not going to have the Nature's Guys, and it looks like he's just going to get poked in the bum by Magnus, and that's going to be a free kill, as well as a bounty rune. Very nice. And, yeah, I mean, credit to Earthshaker there, to be honest. He did a fantastic job in actually throwing out the fissure anyway, even though they kind of duked it out to look like the Gyrocopter was backing. He was like, no, I know Zayats. I know he wouldn't leave a bounty rune. So let's have a quick look at the last hits, and honestly, Alchemist has done an absolutely fantastic job on CSC. The loss is jungle creeps. And RLTW is one on the lead on regular lane creeps, but then the Alchemist takes over because he's got Reaver's Greed, so it's all very confusing. And now, wow, Zayats, they want this kill, and they will get it. I mean, the Omni Slash committed with the RP. It's a huge commitment for a kill onto a tree, but I mean, I guess just bringing this guy down for 10 seconds is worth it, maybe? I'm not sure, but whatever. They get a kill. They can look towards converting it into a tower. That's the important thing. That's why they wanted it. If they get the tower here, and also, you know, trying to go for a fight in between 2 PP points, right? You need to get the kill quickly. You can't mess around chasing a tree around for ages. You got to kill him quick, or you don't kill him at all, and you potentially put yourself into a very dangerous situation with 2 TP points, and everyone's going to come on your face and it's going to die. I mean, I didn't mean come to you, not in... Yikes. I'm gonna stop talking now. Anyway, Juggernaut's happy. He's got Empower. He's got a jungle to farm. Also, he's having a great time.
Did I hear a
You will be forever alone.
It's queuing up the blink again, so he seems like a changed man since kept going for the. Oh yeah, I think he went. His old build used to be Medallion. Medallion Meteor Hammer, I believe his old build used to be, but changed his mind now.
Double damage.
Straight in for this blink this game. Did help a lot in his last 3 games. Looking at mid, Saneko. You right here? He's fine. I thought they were going to go like Tornado, Cold Snap, but no, it's just a Wyvern. They don't care enough. Oh, we're really going for the get it to pull through, but there you go. Oh, what a fissure. What a fissure. And now the Echo Slam coming down as well. This Alchemist just got absolutely fine. He's absolutely fine, guys. Nothing to see here. Alchemist never in trouble. The real victim is the Earthshaker. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like they got robbed there, really. I mean, that should have been a kill. That was an amazing fissure. Great Echo Slam. And then they didn't kill him. Okay, well, moving on. I still feel bad about it. I mean, that not to result in a kill. Hope that didn't do any psychological damage. Hope they're still feeling okay after that one. You know, I'd be kind of like, I'd be pretty mad. I'd be like, God damn, I should deserve that kill. That was such a nice fissure. Oh well, life goes on. Not for Invoker though. His life is not going on. His life is over. He's still trying to hang around for a rune, but something. I don't know what he's going down for, but. He's dead in the top lane anyway. 250 gold. Going to Pasha for that one.
Invisibility.
Baker. Stay north a little bit maybe. Oh, RP and thrown back. Man, this Ghostic really does not like Zayats. He hates Zayats. And now the spinny totem slammy boo as the Zayats are still fine. They're still struggling to finish him off here. They need to do so. There we go. Okay. The Chain Frost comes back to him and Ghostic with the all chat. I love the way with the animation with this Arcana allows you to spin the totem around your head before you drop it. It just looks very cool. Well, that was taken into account when they designed. Back here.
Dire are scanning.
Magical's a smart boy. Eiko though.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, don't know about Snako. Not smart as Magical. We'll just say that much. Never mind. Jesus Christ, they're all in. No, I'm just kidding. But Pasha's still in some trouble. LTW jumping in deep. This guy doesn't care right now, but maybe he should as the silence comes in. Crystallize trying to fight up into this one, and there's not an RP because he used it on the tree earlier, but Zayats might still get run down. He throws down the ultimate, though, holding them back, and that is only going to be the, well, that's no one dead in that little engagement. I mean, Magical died earlier on, but overall, that is just nothing gone for that, which is kind of surprising, but still LTW still just coming onto Zayats, and Zayats, he just doesn't pay them the respect. He dies again. Pasha, I don't know what he's doing here. I don't know what any of them are doing here, to be honest. They just seem to be playing so riskily. LTW will start to chop away at some Ancients here with this Empower coming through. He can just go for anything he wants to. Meanwhile, the Alacrity Catapult in the mid lane will become to tank it up as well. Neko, well, he's done what he did what he came. Fortunately, Power will fall all the same. A lot of pings coming down. playing around. Oh, another day, another RP. Gyrocopter is going to be the target this time around, dragging him back into Immersion and to Ergon here, who are going to gang up. He's trying to get the cooldown off. Will be able to do so, but Crystallize will die all the same as a Tornado finishes the job from Ergon. Oh, mid. Zayats.
This will do just
He's
fine.
playing a little bit more carefully now. Getting caught out by that Juggernaut a couple of times before. Meanwhile, Magical, he's got the Radiance going to Manta, but I mean, Juggernaut, Diffusal, Manta up already. This guy is just absolutely huge. He's terrifying. I'm terrified. Another command onto mid, and the Earthshaker, well, the Tornado's going to help out a little bit, but not for long as Magical takes his face off. Well, they're picking out ILTW. I mean, they see him around here, but he is on the run. He does not want to risk his life for anything here. I say that, and they're picking up as he comes back around the other side of the pit. Look at here, though. Backing him up. Let's go seek focus. Okay, he's still going for the Guardian's Greaves. Yeah, it's literally all buff up ILTW again. NaVi, I mean, they must have known that this happened before, but this must be their plan to beat it. And just buff up Magical, I guess? And the Gyro. 2 calls versus 1, and the maths works out. Meanwhile, that's a great Winter's Curse, although it doesn't actually catch out many of them, as the Jug wasn't actually attacking him. Why was he attacking Ghostig there? I'm not too sure. Meanwhile, Pasha, he's getting beaten down, though. Pasha trying to get away from them right now, as Ghostig pushes him in the wrong direction. LTW struggling to get the chase, but where's this Diffusal Blade? 4 seconds, they got it. Oh, random Tornado. Hello, that's going to be a kill for Ergon, and now they look towards a Wyvern as well. He's also going to be taking a sleep here, although he does buy himself a little bit more time with the Cold Embrace, but Ergon's just staring him, getting closer. Staring his prey in the face. Meanwhile, Zayat's doing Zayat's things and watching his teammates die from the trees, like the goddamn widow he is. Smoke up doesn't actually catch Misha, so Misha might realize now that there is probably a Zayat's around here, but nothing they can do about that as the Echo comes in onto the Gyrocopter. They catch him farming, catch him with his pants down, and Crystallize is going to go down as well. Positive guys are taking a really aggressive stance in this game, and it is paying off huge dividends. We're having problems on the NaVi side of the map. Problems keeping people alive. Problems which must be solved, but they're running out of time to solve them as ILTW is getting bigger and bigger. But that said, Magical, they've given enough space to come back on top again. The Radiance, you know, it expedites its farm a fair chunk. They've managed to keep the pressure away from Magical at the very least, but still he's not feeling great about that. He's getting information, but I feel like he kind of wants to be on the other side of the map. But he's died so many times he can't really. Pasha as well, you know. It's nighttime. He wants to be doing stuff, but the RP is just going to come down onto him, and RTW is going to chunk him down. The crit comes out. Now Magical is going to be the next target as well. RTW does have an Omni Slash. When the hit comes off, cooldown, wants a spin, it's over. There's an Omni Slash, but there's a Cold Embrace in response, and that's going to be absolutely nothing. RTW looks a bit silly now. It's a Shriner's pop. Magical needs to get away. Manta's going to purge off that Spirit Vessel, but there comes a Winter's Curse out onto the Invoker. That is pretty damn good. Pasha buys back into this one with the Overgrowth from Zayats as well. The Chain Frost bouncing around. Do they have enough damage, though? They're dying to the Chain Frost. It's doing so much work from the Lich. They haven't even got a single kill yet on the side of NaVi. Maybe Ergon goes down, but no, the Invis, the Dust, they can't close the gap. Ergon gets away, and it looks like Alchemist is going to be suffering the same fate as the Gyrocopter is being run down by a version. Where is ILTW? He is coming. He's coming. He's a little bit slow. He was busy, but now they can get to work on the Alchemist, and that's going to be another hero going down on the side of NaVi. And that is a big boy being broken as well. 300 gold to ILTW, and a huge step forward. Positive guys can look towards some objectives now. Meanwhile, Zayat sitting in the trees watching his teammates die. Oh, hi, Misha. Okay. Okay, Zayat. He's just gonna get a free kill. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm trash talking you. And he pulls that off. Oh, Ghostic with the tree cut down. He's got to wait a few more seconds to get this Nature's Guys off, but he doesn't have the mana for it. Oh, Ghostic. He finds it. The applause comes out, and well deserved as well. What a quelling blade. Absolutely quality. Credit where credit is due.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Now, positive guys. Looking into the pit. Crystallize. Throws over a cooldown just for funsies. You know, he wants to stick around. Neko, he's tempted to try something here. Oh, they're pinging him though. They know he's around. He's trying to play around the cliff right now, but even the AoE damage from the Empower is doing so much damage now. They just throw down the RP. Ghostic just using this spell basically as a stun. Because that's what it is. And it keeps getting them kills. It's working so nicely. I mean, he doesn't have a blink dagger, so why not just use RP whenever you see a hero? So much value out of these reverse polarities. Now LTW running forwards. Aegis in hand. Sword in the other. Healing ward in the other. Yes, he has 3 hands. They can move up to top. Crystallize going to be the target.
Are fortified. Dire are
Crystallize.
scanning.
He's being scanned out, but he's okay, I think. He's okay. Zayats? Ah, no way. No, I don't think they killed Zayats. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. The trees are gone. He's dead. The moment those trees die, it was over. I mean, it might have been over beforehand, but... The ping's coming on to Magical here as he's trying to farm up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, there's an Invoker jogging past. Urgon sees him now. But no one's in the neighborhood, so he's just going to walk past, allow Magical to do his thing.
Radiant's middle
They're getting
tower
objectives.
is
Meanwhile,
under
Pasha.
attack.
Oh, Pasha is realizing something is wrong. He pops a Dark Ascension, looking for Urgon right now, but they don't have the vision on Tim, so he's going to taunt him a little bit in all chat. Meanwhile, by the way, RTW's taking high ground. Oh yeah, that's a thing. And he's going to get it as well. He throws down the spin, and now with the cold snap onto Pasha as well, it's a really painful moment for him. They've lost their high ground. They just literally lost their tower just like that. ILTW realized his strength. I mean, this guy is huge. He's got an Ioscardi Manta and a Diffusal Blade. I mean, the Alchemist is just as farmed, but he hasn't spent most of his gold, and B, he just isn't fighting and can't really fight. The Juggernaut just does so much more with the money, plus the Alacrity, plus the Empower. Juggernaut's an absolute beast. They can't stop ILTW, I don't think. Here he goes, just going onto the melee barracks. We'll force him back for the time being, but the time being I don't think is going to be very long. They're going to go for the shrine instead. The pings are out and make their way over. Power up onto the jug.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
You will be looking
Did I hear a
Alright, let's see if they can maybe catch out Urgon here. Zayats is leading the charge. He has got dust, but Urgon sees him and clears house.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
Out, Magical stuns himself. Immersion. Gets a stun up. If he jumps back in, he could go for the 3-man, but nope, decides against it. He's playing careful. Which is a shame, because Urgon was there. It could have been pretty stylish, but... Positive guys just keeping up such a high tempo. NaVi, they're just trying to survive right now, but they do have BKBs now. They have BKBs on both of their cores, so it could be a good time for them to actually take a fight. I think a lot of this game is on Seneko to find a nice Winter's Curse. If you can just get a Winter's Curse either causing the Jug to kill his teammate, or holding back the backlines and allowing them to kill the Juggernaut. That is 2 ways in which they could possibly take this next fight, but then the Jugger still has this Aegis, so he's still a very, very scary hero to play against.
Radiant's bottom
Mid lane, there's the overpower. Bit of pause, everybody stunned up for a minute, but they're going to try and go for the Lich right now, and the Unstable Concoction connects along with the Black Cannon, and Pasha is on top of him to finish the job. Now they look over to Immersion as well, trying to maybe grab the Earthshaker. Nice little juke out there from Pasha as well. But meanwhile, in the back lines of the fight, this is where the real fighting is going on as ILTW. He's looking towards Magical, the big boy, and the Omni Slash. It's going to finish the job. Or no, it's not. As Seneko comes in with the Golden Embrace. Magical alive for a little bit longer now. The Winter's Curse even being used, but caught up inside the... No! Oh, he can't get away. The Winter's Curse ends, and ILTW, unfortunately, will be getting the kill onto Magical. And Seneko goes down as well. Kills across the map. Unfortunately, the BKBs just didn't do anything. They're still dropping like flies on the side of NaVi. What more do they need? What more can they get? I mean, they're just doing absolutely nothing to stop this Juggernaut destroying them.
Is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Things are going to go from bad to worse. They have no buyback on their Alchemist. LTW still with his Aegis. I mean, it's about to run out in 18 seconds, but who really cares? ILTW certainly doesn't, as he's on the high ground alongside Ghost Stick, and they are pushing down this middle lane. Cooldown's going to come down, but nobody cares about that. LTW, he's just going to spin off this homing missile. Now they look towards the melee barracks. 12 seconds until the Alchemist comes up. He's got no spin on ILTW, but he's still got that Aegis. But now it runs out. Immersion, though, he's waiting just behind to make sure he can get out his homeboy. And LTW will be perfectly safe and gank the entire fight is just diffused. NaVi. They need to find some handholds in this game right now as they lose their range barracks to a goddamn catapult. They need a solution to the Juggernaut. Or maybe it's everybody else they need to kill. It's hard to say, but so far nothing has worked. And has the stun coming through onto Alchemist with RTW running in from behind. Seneko does see him. He couldn't make... No, he can't kill him yet. Arctic Band runs out.
Did I hear a squeak?
Seneko being so patient there, just looking for the ideal time to throw down, and he's got to be real careful because that's actually seen here. Not sure if they noticed this. Meanwhile, a lone range creep has come through. He's going to be donging on those barracks. Here they go, going in deep. They think they found someone, but Immersion gets up onto the high ground, and it's actually Zions who's the one in trouble, but he gets himself out. Meanwhile, Misha is actually killed by Seneko. That's Immersion. Immersion is able to limp himself away. Pasha as well as Zayats comes in round the side with a nice overgrowth, holding them two still in the back lines, but up in the front, it is Gyrocopter who's being sliced apart. ILTW has no mercy, cutting through the cores like a hot knife through butter. ILTW is just completely untapped right now, and I think NaVi might have just given away a little bit too much to a little man named Juggernaut. Look at him go. Take in these barracks. Take in more. Ergon's coming forwards just to act as a bodyguard. Ivan coming back into this one. What can he really do? They're looking at bottom as well. They want every single melee barrack right now, and there's no buyback. There's no buyback on the cause. There's no chance of them coming back into this fight. They're going to take this one. Stick will walk into the silence. I mean, he's just happy to be a nice, big, distracting lump in the front of these fights. Zias is trying to sneak his way around the back, but what's he going to do? Punch somebody? I don't think so. Ghosted clears out those trees anyway. RTW has only got 2 more range barracks. The GG is called. They respawn and they GG. I mean, I don't know why they waited so long. Maybe they were waiting to see if positive guys were going to make a mistake, but they were not. I think we may be seeing either a Juggernaut or a Magnus Ban first phase next time around for NaVi, because that was painful. That was brutal. They had a couple of chances, I felt, where they had some like peaks, you know, with those BKBs coming out, but the Juggernaut was just so huge already. And you compare the Juggernaut to the Alchemist, I mean, they were neck and neck, and that is just wrong. That is just absolutely wrong. There is no way the Alchemist and the Juggernaut should be neck and neck in a game where the Alchemist had kind of a decent amount of space, but the Juggernaut was just consuming everything. ILTW, if you give him this space, he will perform, and good lord, he did. Really nice game between NaVi and Positive Guys. Well, I mean, really nice game for Positive Guys. Maybe not so nice a game for NaVi, but hey, we've got a second one coming up. Time for NaVi to right their wrongs, correct their mistakes, and they really, really need to. If they do not, then they could be in a bit of trouble. These groups, you know, they're not that forgiving, and with the open qualifier team 178 doing pretty well. I mean, it's not all plain sailing for NaVi. Gambit, NaVi, Positive Guys got 178, and Emma. I mean, two of these teams aren't going to be making it through, and rather not be lower bracket, but right now NaVi is looking real rough for them. Alrighty, I'm going to throw it over to a short break. Then we'll be back with game number 2 in this best of 2 series. And hopefully NaVi can find their feet and fight back against Positive Guys. My name is Nomad. I'll see you very soon for the next